Have you ever wondered if there's a real-life fountain of youth? What if I told you that for over a century, scientists have been exploring a bizarre and fascinating idea that the blood of the young could rejuvenate the old? It sounds like something straight out of a vampire novel, but this is the real science of parabiosis. Let's dive into this incredible story of shared circulation and the quest for longevity. The tale begins way back in the 1860s with a French scientist named Paul Bert. He had a wild idea. What if he could surgically join two animals together so they shared a single circulatory system? He took two rats, stitched them side by side, and watched in amazement as their blood vessels grew together, creating a shared bloodstream. He called this strange union parabiosis, meaning living beside it. Bert's initial experiments were groundbreaking, proving that two distinct organisms could live and function as one. But he didn't quite grasp the full implications of what he had discovered. The true potential of parabiosis remained hidden for nearly another century. Fast forward to the 1950s, a brilliant researcher at Cornell University named Clive Mackay picked up where Bert left off. Mackay was obsessed with aging. He wondered what happens if you connect an old animal to a young one. So he performed parabiosis experiments with rats of different ages. He surgically joined old rats to young rats and also paired up old rats with other old rats as a control group. The results were astonishing. The old rats connected to young partners showed incredible signs of rejuvenation. Their bones became denser, their cartilage healthier, and they lived significantly longer than the old rats paired with other old rats. It was as if the young blood was turning back the clock. Mackay's work was revolutionary, providing the first solid evidence that something in young blood had powerful anti-aging properties. But the scientific community at the time wasn't entirely convinced, and the research, while incredible, was largely forgotten for another 50 years. Then, in the early 2000s, the field exploded back to life. Researchers at Stanford University, led by Thomas Rando and Amy Wagers, decided to revisit parabiosis. Using modern genetic tools and advanced techniques, they were able to pinpoint the effects of young blood with stunning precision. In one landmark study, they found that when old mice were connected to young mice, their aging stem cells, the master cells that repair our bodies, began to act young again. Old muscle tissue healed faster, like it did in youth. In the brain, they saw the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and learning. Old mice paired with young mice even performed better on cognitive tests. It was clear something in the young blood wasn't just patching up old tissues, it was actively rejuvenating them at a cellular level. So, what is this magic ingredient in young blood? The hunt for the specific youth factors is one of the most exciting areas of modern biology. Scientists believe it's not one single thing, but a complex cocktail of proteins and signaling molecules. Of course, with every youth factor found in young blood, there's a flip side. What about old blood? Is it just a lack of good stuff, or is there something in old blood that actively promotes aging? The same parabiosis studies provided the answer. When young mice were connected to old mice, they showed signs of premature aging. Their organs functioned less efficiently, and cell regeneration slowed down. This suggests that as we age, our blood accumulates pro-aging factors that can interfere with normal cellular function and accelerate the aging process. It's a two-sided coin. Young blood has rejuvenating factors, and old blood has aging factors. This has led some scientists to believe that a potential therapy could involve filtering out these harmful aging factors from the blood, a process known as plasma dilution. In early experiments, this has also shown promising rejuvenating effects. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. This all sounds great for mice, but what about humans? The jump from lab animals to people is a massive one, and the idea of young blood transfusions has sparked both immense hope and serious controversy. A few years ago, several startups began offering transfusions of plasma from young donors to older, wealthy clients, charging thousands of dollars per treatment. These clinics operated in a regulatory gray area, making bold claims about curing everything from memory loss to heart disease. The scientific community and regulatory bodies like the FDA quickly raised concerns. They warned that there was no proven clinical benefit for these treatments in humans and that they carried significant health risks, like immune reactions, infections, and circulatory overload. The FDA eventually cracked down on these practices, stating that the treatments had no proven clinical benefit and were potentially harmful. But the legitimate scientific research continues. Instead of full transfusions, researchers are now focused on conducting rigorous, controlled clinical trials. One approach being tested is plasma exchange, where an older person's blood plasma is removed and replaced with a substitute fluid, like albumin and saline, effectively diluting the pro-aging factors in their blood. Early results from a trial at UC Berkeley have been encouraging, showing improvements in molecular markers of aging and cellular health. Other trials are investigating the effects of specific proteins identified in animal studies. The goal is no longer about a sci-fi style blood swapping procedure, but about developing targeted, safe, and effective therapies based on the biological mechanisms we've learned from parabiosis. These would be actual, evidence-based medicines, not just speculative treatments. So, where does this leave us? The science of parabiosis has taken us on an incredible journey, from a bizarre 19th century experiment to the cutting edge of modern anti-aging research. It has revealed that the secret to rejuvenation might not be in some mythical fountain, but flowing within our very own veins. While the idea of using young blood to reverse aging is still in its early stages for humans. The discoveries it has inspired are revolutionizing our understanding of the aging process itself. We've learned that aging isn't just a passive process of wear and tear. It's an active biological program that can potentially be modulated. The future of longevity medicine may not involve connecting yourself to a younger person, but it will almost certainly involve therapies inspired by the powerful lessons of parabiosis therapies that could one day help us all live not just longer, but healthier and more vibrant lives. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the science of parabiosis. It's a field that truly blurs the line between science fiction and reality. If you found this as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the amazing world of science. Let me know in the comments what you think about this research. See you in the next video.